In this video, we will learn about the illustration group in the Insert tab. That is, how to insert and work with pictures and shapes. So let's go to Insert tab, and in the Insert tab you have the illustration group, and in the illustration group you have the pictures, clipart, shapes, SmartArt, and chart. So let's check with picture first. In the picture, if you click here, you'll be given the option to select your pictures from your pictures category or from the drives in your computer. So I'll go to pictures because I have the pictures in here. So I will select a picture, and once you select the picture, you can see that the picture is being inserted after the first paragraph. It is because you can see my cursor is after the first paragraph. In case if you want to insert it before the paragraph, you'll have to click, or you have to make sure that your blinker or the cursor is in the right position. So I'll go to insert again, insert a picture, and select the picture to insert. Now when you resize the picture, do not resize from the top or left or right, because when you do that, you can see that the picture is not in the original aspect ratio. So when you resize a picture, always resize from the corner so that it maintains its original aspect ratio. So right after you have inserted the picture, you will see that there is a new format has come out here. So let's check that out. So in the format, there are some options that you can apply to the picture. The first category is the adjustment of the picture, where you have the option to adjust the darkness or the brightness of the picture, or the contrast, which changes the intensity of the colors, or it can be recolor, which adds some variations of the color to the picture. So I'll just bring back to the original, and this picture I want it on the top of the paragraph, so I need to bring this paragraph one more line down. If you want to bring the picture to the center, you can either use the shortcut that is Ctrl+E, or you can also use the alignment option within the paragraph. The next category is the picture styles, where you can add some styles to the picture, and next to that we have some options to add to the picture. For example, if I select one of the picture like this one here, you see that the picture is inserted inside a particular shape. So if you want to change the shape again, you can still go to the same area and change the shape. Now sometimes you might want to insert a picture along with the paragraph, aligning the picture along with the paragraph. So for that, let's put picture again, and this picture I have to resize it. After resizing that, since I want to put it along with the paragraph, in line with the paragraph, there are some options that you can add to the picture. That is text wrapping option, which is also available if you right click on the picture and go to the option that is text wrapping. So check the option that you can add to the picture. So let's say I want to add, so for now what I need is the square, so that it aligns along with the paragraph. And this square option also, you can use it in those cases where you want to move the picture wherever you want it to be, because in this case I cannot move the picture where I want it. Now sometimes you might want to add a picture and crop that picture again. So for that, let us insert a picture again. And for cropping the picture also, you will also have to go to the format tab, and in there towards the ending of the screen you will see an option with a crop. So using that option, you can crop out the picture. You can crop a picture by using these points that you can see here. So you can either crop it from the corner, or from the top or bottom. In the text wrapping option again, you can use the option for behind text. So if I bring it down, so you can see that the picture is behind the text. The next one is the clip art. So if you know how to insert a picture and work with picture, it is almost the same with the clip art. So for that, when you click on the clipboard on the right side of your screen, you'll see a panel which has the option for clip art. So for any word that I type here, like if I type flower, it will give you some clip art relevant to that word that I have searched. So for inserting the clip art also, you can directly click on that clip art, but make sure that wherever you want to insert a clip art, suppose say I want to insert this clip art right here, make sure that the blinker or the cursor is on that area. After that, only insert clipart. Another way to insert the clipart is to click and bring the clipart, and when you move around you can see one marker is there. So pressing on that, you can insert a clipart. Now let's go to shapes. So for that, let me make a new document, and if you expand the area for the shapes, you will see a lot of shapes out there along with some lines and arrows out there. So let's start with the line. When you draw a line can be a straight line or it can be a diagonally aligned line. So if you need a straight line, for that you will have to press Shift key so that it creates a straight line. So as soon as I make any object, it can be a rectangle, it can be a straight line. As soon as I make that, it also creates a new tab, that is the format tab, and in that you can change the formats of the lines, or it can be any shape. So in those cases, you can click on that particular object and you can look at the shape styles. So you can see the shape of the lines or the styles of the line is being changed. So now let me select this, and even the color also you can change. The same also works for other shapes. Let's select this one and apply this. And let's say I also want an outline. So the outline is here, and the weight of the outline also can be added to those particular shapes. So there are many other effects that you can apply to any particular object or a shape, and those are the shadow effect and 3D effect. The shadow can be applied to any direction. It can be left, right, or top and bottom. And there are also 3D effects which you can apply to the object. And once you have added the 3D effect, you can also rotate the direction of the 3D effect by using this option. So if I use this option, those 3D objects can be rotated. In the shapes again, if I draw around the corner, in this shape you'll see that there is another point that has come out along with the shape, that is a yellow point, in which you can click and change the variation of the corner, how the corners will be curved out. That will be decided if you move along the point, if you move along that yellow point. Now for some particular shapes like the ellipse, if you want to draw a perfect circle, the circle has to be drawn. Circle has to be drawn by using the Shift key. Press Shift key in your keyboard and drag along your mouse. Then it creates a perfect circle. And the same for the rectangles or the squares also. So for the square also, if I press Shift key and drag along with your mouse, it is a perfect square. Now suppose if I want to make an object by combining different shapes, suppose for example this one here, this particular circle can also be copied by using the Control key and drag the mouse. You can create a copy of the object. Now once you've created an object, you can group those shapes into just one object. So in order to do that, in order to group the objects, you will have to select each shape one by one. So for that, click one of the object and press Shift and select the objects one by one, select the shapes one by one, and right click on that area, go to grouping and select group. So that becomes one object, and that grouping helps you to move around the objects together at the same time, so that whenever you want to move, this group of the objects moves together instead of moving the objects one by one. Now let's see the next one, that is the SmartArt. So for that, I'll create another document. In the SmartArt is mostly used whenever you want to create a diagrammatic representation of a list or some cycles. So for those diagrammatic representations, we use SmartArt. And in the SmartArt, we have some different options. We have some different options like the list, process, cycles. Let's say one of the art. Suppose say for this one, so you just have to click on that art and click OK. So it will be inserted. After inserting that, some of the themes will be given, or the styles will be given. So here in the change colors, you can select the theme colors, and after that you can also After that, you can also select the SmartArt styles, which is been listed here. So let's say I want to select this one, which obviously you can also change just by clicking there. In the format, you can go to shape fill, and those can be changed again. And in this part that is written as text, in this part you can write your own text. You can change it to your own text. Now lastly, we have the chart, for which you need the help of a spreadsheet. And for inserting that, let's make it another new document. As soon as you click on the chart, you have the option to select the type of the chart. So for now, let's select a column chart. In the column chart, if I select any of this column chart and click OK, you'll be given the option to edit your own spreadsheet, in where you can write, you can change the data. So whenever you change the data, the chart will also be changed, because they are related and embedded to each other. And this chart also, similar to the previous one that we have seen, it also has the styles that you can select from the chart styles.